Okay. Turn this down in my ear. Okay. Hey Jet, happy Wednesday. No, I just started. Oh. Alright, hold on a sec. Do. Got that. And I still don't have that wine bottle. After all this is over, we're gonna make it a point to, like, make some updates to the stream. Hey, yeah, definitely is the home stretch. We're getting there. I only have... let me recount this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So only 16 more panels. Technically 15 if this particular panel on one of the pages counts as 2, but I'm gonna go with 16 just in case. Yeah, I've been meaning to give her a wine bottle for like the longest time, but I've been occupied with other things. But yeah, definitely after this is done, or whenever during this week, I'm gonna try to make some stuff before I work on the next episode in the off chance that I get to proceed to the next round. But like, let me see, because I know they put when they're gonna be doing that. Let me double check real quick. Overview. When is it that they? Because I know it ends tomorrow. Yeah, 21 Eastern Standard Time. So that's like what, 6 o'clock or something my time. Up to 10 for each category will be selected. Blah blah blah. But when is that? Shortlists are scheduled to be announced on June 23rd. So, pretty good chunk of time for them to be announced. But then the next 2 episodes won't be due until July. So still a pretty good chunk of time to work on the other 2 episodes. But it's definitely gonna be tight. So, long as I know what I'm doing, then I'll be fine. No, this one. But yeah, I figured I'd stream the last day or the day before the contest is the first round of the contest is over. It's going through the little fanfare thing. Come on, do the other one. Do it. Oh, never mind. Guess it's like skipping around or something. What if Becky got into a barrel of ale? I mean, we've had that question before, or a similar question, but I mean, she's a pretty heavy drinker, so it'd probably take a bit. God damn it, what do you want? Whatever it is, I'm not gonna answer because I got shit to do. And okay, this is from my mom, and I want to save that, so I will. But yeah, I will respond to her later. Or I guess I can respond and just put no prob or something, just so. I will read that later. That's too much. Okay. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing alright. Trying to be in the zone this tonight. Alright. This is your fur. Oh no, there's nothing to be sorry about. Seriously though, why is the Game Boy Advance robots music so freaking based? No, that does not need to be colored. Oh, that's good. Just chilling. Okay. There's a placeholder of one of the cards on this page because I gotta censor it later. It's like, ew, censoring. But I do. And it's a lot easier than drawing a whole new card. But there is one card I still gotta actually draw. So I will do that once the pages are done. Hey, Chef. And I just realized I put that on this layer. That's okay. Yeah, slight reference. But definitely not the same origins or lore. Oof. Hope you feel better. Right now I'm like, I am speed. Let's put that on a different layer. Okay. I'm not gonna go super crazy with the blood. Just gonna put enough to show that he's covered in it. Just loose amounts. Mostly picked her because she's like a generic character, and that she doesn't have to have too much going on. Like, she doesn't have much going on in like the normal comics and all that. Plus, the reason why I chose her was in the off chance, like, if Webtoons, you know, contacts me and tries to offer to pick up the comic or whatever, one of my concerns is the use of characters in my other comics. So, like, for example, Kiwi and Marcy and Skylar and all that. So one of the questions I would ask is, or one of the things I would tell them is, like, you know, some of the cards that get used are characters from other comics and stuff that I use, so I want to make sure that they're not going to be limited or bound to this comic if they were to appear. So I'm being very cautious about that. So I'm using Claudine. I have no idea how to pronounce her goddamn name. I never really thought about it. I'm gonna say Claudine. I'm using her because, you know, she's just a card shop owner, so she's a simple character that I can use and not like feel cautious about using. But I definitely wanted to make sure, or if the conversation arises, I want to make sure that my characters are not bound to a specific comic. And these two are in the same layer, but that's okay. Can I do something about that? Yes, I can. We'll just do this. There, that's fine. Yeah, I'll make a future bio for her. Originally, I was gonna make her have a twin sister, and that was gonna be like a whole thing, but decided against it. It was like just unnecessary extra stuff. So wanted to keep things simple. Because that was like a thing in Creamfield where I did try to switch them up and say that there was two of them, but then I decided to go against it and just change it back. Okay, so he's pretty much good. I just gotta do this. This should be fine in this layer. If I have to fix it, then I'll do it later. Yeah, that was going to be an issue. Let's do it that way. There we go. Had her be a husky? You're gonna do a Paradox Brothers thing. Not like that. I honestly forget what I was gonna do with her now, because it's like the idea was tossed out like pretty quickly. Like the idea lasted like a day, and then I was like, no, that's a bad idea, and then I just dropped it. So I don't even remember. I'll have be a husk. Okay, yeah. Yeah, like the original there when Kiwi's comic was being done, she was her form was being taken by Eden Fig. And then at the end of the comic you see the real one. But yeah, since she was like such a generic character and she still had to do with the card game and all that, I just used her for this. Actually, no. Let's just do it this way. Because it was between her, Stacy, or making a new character. And I was just like, I'll just use Claudine. Because it like if she ended up being bound to this comic, she wasn't like a character that I would worry about. That and she's like simple enough to draw. She's like, alright, she's like jam levels of easy. Okay, I don't need this open anymore. That's why for a good while I was drawing Jam a lot, because she was so easy to draw. So I'd use her to experiment with a lot of art styles and stuff. Ah! I don't know what this is, but... crap, how do we get rid of this again? Ah, here we go. Joanne, get him! Let me see if I missed anything. No, we're good. Send Becky with the newspaper. But yeah, like the whole at least if this comic does go further, the first arc is just going to be like the locals arc, where the main character learns how to play the game and then participates in like a small local tournament, and then it slowly escalates from there. And like I don't want to do like supernatural stuff until like way later, because I don't want the game itself to be hindering on Deus Ex Machina stuff. Like I want the main character to actually get the cards that she gets through, like, you know, trading or buying or randomly getting in a pack or winning from a tournament or a prize or like a prize battle or something. I want her to actually earn the stuff that she gets and show that she gets them that way. And even like a seemingly useless card or something ends up being like critical later on, where it's like, oh man, she's drawn this card like 10 times throughout the story, and each time she's gotten it, it hasn't done anything. And then the one time the scenario that's it's useful for comes up, that's when it's like, oh shit, she's been using that card since day one, and it came in clutch or something. Like, you know, shit that would actually happen in a card game, and not the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s bullshit. Or was it 7s or was it Go? I think it was 7s. Where it's like, oh, I'm about to lose this duel. Hey, look, there's a fucking meteor. And it carries a very specific card to help me win the duel. I'm gonna let the meteor burn up in the Earth's atmosphere, turn into a card, coincidentally slip into my deck, and it's legal because it was an act of God scenario, so I can't get penalized for it. Yes, that happens in fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. It's the most bullshit thing I've ever seen in Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's saying a lot. Like, there are a lot of bullshit scenarios in Yu-Gi-Oh, but that one, I would say, fucking tops it. I haven't finished my bagel yet and gotten this. Honestly, Sevens had potential. Like Sevens had potential of being interesting, especially with the ending for it. Go Rush kind of throws that all away to a degree, because it I don't even know if retcon is the right word for it, because it gets so fucking convoluted and it just doesn't make sense. Because they tried to explain how certain things happen in Go Rush as it connects to Sevens, but it's almost like, because towards the end it's almost like they wanted to commit to the initial idea of why things happen the way they happen, but then at a certain point they're like, nah, let's just kind of go crazy with it, and then it just slowly stopped making sense. And then, like, one of the mysteries that they make such a big deal in the story just ends up not being important at all. So personally, I think Sevens and Go Rush are really bad storytelling, and a lot of the time the supernatural stuff has always been a thing in Yu-Gi-Oh, so I can't really gripe on that. But the story is just really, really, really bad at a certain point, because it's mostly the series itself is mostly a comedy. Like Sevens and Go Rush lean heavily on comedy because that particular version of the game is very specifically aimed at children, like even more so than the original game. Okay, so can't show that card, so I'll have to put that in later. But yeah, like Sevens puts in a lot of work to try to build up a lot of mystery and lore for certain things, but then Go Rush kind of throws it all away and makes it really stupid. It's like they had a good idea and then threw it away. I mean, that's happened in several stories that I've watched. Looking at you, Kamen Rider Ghost and Saber. And Gotchard, definitely Gotchard. Gotchard got so fucking bad that it literally threw away it retconned its own theme. It's like, oh, this season's about alchemy. Like, literally, I don't know, like the first few episodes it becomes less about alchemy and more about magic. I still need to look at Delicious and Dungeon. Like, I've had the manga bookmarked. I know the anime is out at this point. They did a special event for it in Arc Knights, so I have the characters from that in that game. I just have not taken the time to get into it yet. The dub is good. I'll have to check it out. Okay, all that's left is to give him his glow. Considering the magical creatures in it is possible. And if I were to make some like crazy ass fucking dungeon story that had to do with weight gain, it'd probably be some like ridiculous traps or whatever where it's like, oh, only he or only those who show the weight of their conviction or weight of their courage can proceed, and it's like this big giant fucking button. And there's like a big button and there's like a ton of food or whatever, but the food is like, there's like too much of the food to like beat on the button all at once because it'll like topple over or something. And so the big idea would be like eating it or something, eating the food, of course, and then going from there. Okay, so I was going to do this and I wasn't thinking. Well, let's do it the hard way. Well, semi-hard way. So, just a little thing to show him showing up. Nothing special, just needed it. What about Weight Gain Island from One Piece? I have seen very, very, very little of One Piece, so I have no idea. I think I remember seeing like the Food Island briefly, but I don't know anything about it to have a actual answer. Actually, let me move this over here, so that way it's easier to move. I'll leave this. I can put this in here. There we go. Nothing special. I'm not even gonna go crazy with the glow effect because it's just him showing up. Where streaming grows and trees and stuff. Won't lie, it was trippy from what I recall. Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna watch One Piece from start to wherever the hell it is right now, because I've only seen bits and pieces of One Piece throughout the years, so I vaguely know what goes on in the story, but I haven't seen a lot. There's like huge chunks of context that I'm just unaware of because I have not sat down to actually watch it. Like the most I ever watched of it, like trying to actually watch the story from the beginning to whatever, was when it was being dubbed by 4Kids, and obviously that is not a good representation of the show at all. So again, I would have to sit down and actually watch it. And maybe I will after Black Butler is done, or the current season for Black Butler. Okay, don't need this one. I thought it was something I needed. Okay, what do I need here? My only gripe with this format is that I gotta really condense the dialogue. I need to check out Konosuba as well. Like, I need to check out Konosuba. I need to check out Re:Zero, Reanimators. There's like some of this stuff I've had on in tabs on my my Windows or my browser for God knows how long, and I have yet to spend the time because I'm always doing something else. I'm either drawing pages for whatever or drawing more artwork. So I just have not spent any time watching shows other than Kamen Rider every Saturday. And then Black Butler is just like very recent that I decided that I'm watching that because I watched the previous season. Do I want this here? Nah, I'll put it up here just because it's a lot more empty space and it's not gonna matter about the tag on the ear. Like no one's gonna give a shit about that. Yeah, it's not entirely a bad thing. It's just weird because I'm not used to it. Because like the pages I do are much bigger and have a lot more panels, so it's just a weird change. Still think it should be over here, but I think it's just because it's interacting with his face, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, this is fine. I can use this. And yes, I am reusing panels because I am very tight on time right now. Some of the problem is due to me because there is like a point in time where I was having a mental debate on whether or not I wanted to continue working on the comic for the contest. And it was just one of those things where it's like, I don't know, I was having a back and forth, so I wasted like 2 weeks slowly working on like episode 2 and debating if I even wanted to keep going. And so, slightly biting me in the ass, but here we are. Why is 0 and O the same symbol? Could have just put a line through it or something. Oh well. Yeah, we'll just type it for now. If it looks weird, then I'll change it. Actually, we don't need the and. Yeah, it was just one of those things because it's like, it was just one of those mental things because I was like, do I really? Because like I'm already doing what Webtoons would be offering anyway. It's like, oh, would you like to turn your thing into a series and blah blah blah, make money, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I'm already doing that with the comics I'm making now. So, do I need to be doing this for Webtoons and all that? And then, of course, you know, there's the contest itself. But if you have a chance of winning the contest and they contact you, like let's just say you came in like 3rd place or something, you have to sign a contract with them in order to get the money. So there's that. I don't know if the contract means that you're going to be making a series for them necessarily, but you have to sign that, and like, you know, you can't use your comic or whatever if you decide to not do something. I don't know, there's like a whole thing to it, but there's that. And then it was the whole like me disliking the format itself. Like I don't like having to make the panels the way I'm making them now. There was just a lot of stuff that was running through my head because I knew the ups and downs of this sort of thing. But what made me decide to keep going was the whole I would feel better just trying to do the contest and seeing how far I got than to not do it and always sit there wondering what if type of thing. So I just felt better, you know, actually going through with it. And again, this is like the only contest I'm gonna do because I'm not doing this again. But I definitely didn't want to be in a mental state of wondering, man, if I had just kept going with the comic, could I have gone somewhere with it? And if I do get picked up, you know, I'm going to try my best. Like, obviously, there might be a change of how I draw things, because if they want it on a tight schedule, then I'll have to continue doing it this way, where the pages are flat colored and stuff like that. I mean, I'm sure they want there to be a buffer, so I don't think it's going to be entirely that scenario, but there's always a chance. So I'm like thinking ahead. It's like, okay, if it's going to be a tight schedule, then I should commit to just using this basic style compared to what I normally do. And I'm just going to put this here. I guess I can put the sound effect. If I need to change things, then I will. Yeah, and this has definitely helped, you know, kind of get my head straight on, like, you know, comic updates and stuff like that, because if I procrastinate less, then I can get more done. I mean, that's not even like a big wake-up call thing. Like, I've been knowing that, but it's definitely one of those things that's going to help me get over, or not get over, but improve on that for, like, you know, the normal comics that I do. I'll just leave that like that for now, because I don't know how I'm going to have the card when I put it in there. So we're going to save this, and we're going to move on, because I can't do anything more on stream, because the card that I want to use has to be censored. And I don't want to... Well, I can't show it on stream, so it doesn't matter. But I am going to save this, and we're going to move on. So, if I count this, how many do we have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. We're at 27. 13 more. Okay. Doesn't look like it's gonna end the way I intended, but that's okay. I can save what I was gonna use for this, for the ending of this, or whatever. We'll see how far we get with this, and then we'll figure it out. Because I was gonna end this particular episode with the main character opening up a pack of cards, but we'll see. Because I want to do that, but if the majority of this is going to be this short card battle, then might not need to. But we'll see what I'm doing. Alright, so do I need this page? Probably not. I'm just going to close it for now, and if I need it, I'll reopen it. No. Okay, next page. And I'm just doing 3s, because, like, I know Webtoons likes their panels to be, like, super fucking paced out with this big blank emptiness, but it's like, bitch, I need to get this shit done. I ain't got time to be making, like, one page looking like this. Like, you see this so often on Webtoons, I'm like, Jesus Christ. And it's weird, because they do support the normal format of comics, where, you know, how it is in American style and all that. They do support that, but, like, their main focus is doing it this way, and I don't know why. I mean, I know why they want to do it for mobile. Okay, so this page looks like this. Actually, let's change this. Actually, I should probably just change it entirely. Try something different with my panels, because a lot of them are like the same positions. I'm like, yeah, because it's the easiest ones I can do. Whatever, the whole point is getting it done, not trying to be fancy with it. Because, like, whoever wins the contest, they're not going to use this version of it. They're gonna want you to tweak it and change it and stuff like that, so better to just get it done. Not exactly the best. I should probably just turn it sideways. Yeah, like again, normally I would not be making panels like this. About 20 hours? Yeah, something like that. Maybe yeah, I think about 20 hours sounds about right. But that should be more than enough time to get this done. With the rate I'm going. The only thing I gotta worry about is making assuming that I even show it, make the artwork for the main character's ace card. Because I've been teasing the character on the cover, and that was the initial idea, at least. But we'll see how far I get with the panels. Because if I have to end it the way I have to end it, then I will. But the intention was to have her open the pack at the end of this episode. Blood Knights. And then once I'm done with this, I am going to get ready for fucking Comic-Con this weekend because I need it. Just to kind of relax. I'm like, Jesus. If I have time, I'll work on Patreon stuff beforehand. And then I'll try to get some more Patreon comic stuff out. It sucks that they're gonna take like fucking forever to let us know who moves on to the next round. I mean, granted, they gotta look at all the entries, like it's understandable, but it's like, damn, it's gonna take a while. And then the sad part is like people aren't gonna know if they're moving on to the next round. So if they're smart, they're gonna work on the next episodes before they get contacted. And then when they do get contacted, you know, they're gonna already be working on the next episode. So they gotta work with that mindset of assuming that they're gonna move on. So my attention's already gonna be split between my normal stuff and the contest. So I'm gonna try to make like a quota for each day. Be like, alright, it's this day, we need 6 panels or something. Luckily it's still the same like 40 per episode, but definitely gotta crank them out. Now your head looks like ass. So let's stretch it out a bit. There we go, that's better. Actually, I kind of want him on his knees because it makes more sense for the effect of the card. And then I still want to do Marcy's anniversary. I still got that to work on. There's a lot. Like, there was so much planned for this year, and then the contest was a thing, and I was like, huh. And it happened so early. Like, apparently the contest was announced, like, what, October or something of last year? But I didn't know about it until February. Like, the end of February. So I was like, well, shit. So I was already entering on a huge handicap. And at first, like, when I was working on the first episode, the pages were having, like, the details that I normally would use. But then my brother was like, nah, man, you should probably just go for flat color, because I don't think you're going to be able to get this done doing it that way. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So I changed it. Luckily, it was easy to do. I just turned off a layer, and then it was flat color, so it wasn't like, oh my god, I gotta redraw this whole thing or anything like that. And we can just say his blades retract, but we don't have to show that happening. I can probably draw his hand just a little bit better than that. Ah, that's under my eye. Whatever, this is gonna look off, but whatever, I don't got time to fix and fiddle around with this. Fuck it. Like I'm already here, I might as well just do it. Even if it looks weird. dun. Yes, give me this. I'm just playing music that I know isn't gonna bite me in the ass. Oh my god, I've been working on this whole time and I didn't save. Always save your shit. Alright, that should be fine. Yeah, it's a little too curved. Drop the rest of her head real quick. Yeah, almost looks the same. So a little bit thinner than this. Sorry for being so quiet. head kind of looks big. Let me shrink that. Big stretch. Okay. Could probably lower that a little bit for dial. I should listen to The Office once I'm done streaming. That'd be a fun thing to do while I'm gone. Hey, Reza. Ooh, found deja vu. I feel like I've drawn this page before. Going alright. Just working on this for the contest. Only have less than 24 hours left. Personally, this is one of the best songs in Bomberman 64. Still need to put the reflection on his visor. Yeah, a lot of the older designs were more like monster focused or occult focused. Yeah, same. Like sometimes they kind of go back to it, but like I think the weird part or some of the weird card designs were where it was just like monsters that looked more like machines, but it was just like a bunch of orbs and stuff all the time, and they didn't really have like any real memorable features. Yeah, they definitely went away from the occult themes. And like a lot of it is kind of heavily focused on like warrior looking cards, or I would say waifu, but that mostly like they didn't really lean too much on the waifu stuff in the anime, at least not as hard. Like of course there's still waifu cards, but it wasn't like as prevalent as in the actual game where there's like a shit ton nowadays, which isn't bad, but there's like a huge abundance of them. And then some of them kinda look the same to a degree. Like they either look like Dark Magician Girl or they look like what's the best way to phrase it? Kinda like not is her name Blue Angel in Vrain? It's like Blue Angel, but then there's also some that are like similar to what's her name? It's like one of the SP or IP monsters. Like they all have like that kind of similar design. But again, it's not like super. It's not like a major big deal, but it's like some of them seem kind of samey at times. I could be overthinking it to a degree, though. But like a lot of the monsters, I just don't really remember unless they're like a big deal in the actual game, where it's like, up, it's fucking Ash Blossom. Okay. Now I want his card art. Yeah, I've seen the Food Magician Girl cards. They're not bad. They're actually really good if used in the right scenario. But then they kind of got quickly power crept by other magician cards. Like the power creep in Yu-Gi-Oh is like ridiculously fast nowadays. It's like, here's this powerful card up. Now you gotta deal with either other powerful cards, or these cards are gonna get banned after a certain amount of time, or... That's like one of the hard things about playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that you don't know which of your cards are gonna get banned, or limited, or power crept, and then it's just money that you wasted because you can't use them in an official tournament. And granted, that can happen in any card game, but it just kind of sucks where you put in all this effort only for your best cards to be removed in either a short amount of time, or maybe you get like a month or two. Sometimes you get like 5 years, because there are some cards that are just so fucking broken that it's amazing that they don't get banned sooner. But they stick around for like 5 years until finally there's some kind of scenario where it's like, all right, we gotta ban these cards now. Either it's because the card is actually that strong, or they want you to, spend money. It's like, well, we gotta ban these cards. Everyone's been using these cards, this one, these for forever. We need them to buy the new ones. Let's third this. Alright, that looks fine. It's white or gray? There we go. I was like, something's off about the color. This is a sick song. Alright, I'm gonna call it for tonight with the stream, but I'm gonna obviously keep working on this. I will post this as soon as it's ready. Thank you everybody for coming, and I'll try to stream again next week, probably Wednesday. And once the first, well, once tomorrow's over with, well, as soon as I post, I'll try to work on something for Patreon. Now I can't go to bed right now. I gotta work on this because I only got a few hours before I have to turn it in. But as soon as I'm done and post this, then I'll try to work on some Patreon stuff. And yeah, so I will see you guys next time. All right, you guys have a good night. Take care. Bye bye.